Hello everyone, Douglas Waltz, Old Man Comic Book Reviews. I've changed my shift for my day job because this ain't paying no money. I think there's more traffic, so if you hear a lot of traffic, sorry. If the dogs get riled up, sorry. We have 2 weeks to do. Let's go ahead and just dive right in, shall we? Number 18 of Daredevil. Saladin Ahmed is our writer. Aaron Cooter is our artist. And we're still doing the thing with the demons that followed Matt out of hell. It feels like we've been doing that for a very long time. This time Foggy is possessed. I mean, the artwork's cool. It's a fun book. I'm ready for it to be over, and I don't know when it will be over. So I'm kind of hoping maybe we got one more. Maybe they're going to do 20. I don't know. I will tell you that I don't remember reading. I remember reading this and don't remember seeing Bullseye on it. So there you go. 8 Deaths of Spider-Man. The Amazing Spider-Man, number 68. Justina Ireland is our writer. Andrea Braccato is our penciler. Scott Hanna is our inker. And it's the same nonsense that I'm tired of. So if you want to read it, go ahead. I'm just being a completist and getting my Amazing Spider-Man. So this came out. Thunderbolts Doomstrike for the One World Under Doom. Ta-ding. Where Doom is trying to get Bucky to fall in line. Jackson Lansing and Colin Kelly are our writers. Tommaso Bianchi is our artist. And with Doctor Doom's new thing, with taking over the world, he wants Bucky to fall in line. Bucky's telling him to jump. And then Doom, this is just awful writing. Doom decides to drop a nuke on Shelbyville, Indiana. Why? My Aunt Karen lives there. How dare you? So I told everybody at the comic book store to cancel all the One World Wonder Doom. I was going to buy all of them, excluding this thing, Doom Academy, which I didn't bother reading. That's how much fun I was having. So there you go. New number 1, Godzilla Heist. Godzilla Heist is cool. Number 1, story by Van Jensen, art by Kelsey Ramsey. The joke is that this guy's got these drones that he can use to irritate Godzilla enough to follow him so he can commit heists. Godzilla Heist. There it is. And he gets brought in with this new group of people who want him to help them find something large and inorganic that they want to heist, and he knows exactly what they're after. And if you catch on to what I just said and what kind of book this is, you'll figure it out. You're all really smart. Alright, so here we go. Miles Morales, Spider-Man, number 30. Here's the problem. This is part 2 of Pools of Blood. So Deadpool and Miles and Deadpool's little girl, daughter, whatever. So we didn't read it, part 1. Part 2 is Miles fighting Deadpool and Deadpool's daughter. Part 3 we won't get because I'm not buying the Deadpools just because they're crossovers. And then part 4 will be the finale. The finale. Speaking of finales, Ultraman Avengers number 4. This is the last one. They all come together to fight Galactus and come up with a way to placate Galactus, which is nice for them to do so. It's an interesting ending, and I do like any miniseries that ends with all the superheroes doing karaoke together. That was a lot of fun. I got a kick out of that. All right. So they do these things that are like part of spin-off of the 8 Deaths of Spider-Man. This is 6.8 deaths. The 8 Deaths of Spider-Man. Kane is able. Because Kane Marco is isn't it Kane Marco? Is that right? I think that's right. He's Juggernaut. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to stop looking at that. Christos Gage is our writer. Mark Buckingham is our artist. The art for this is horrible. Here's a splash page for you. Something out of the terrible 90s, 70s. Looks like a filler issue. Looks like this is stuff that it was. So, anyways, it's Juggernaut coming to terms with Cytorak and being Juggernaut. That's what he does for all of the pages of this book. And bleh. And they sure do want you to buy the Godzilla versus the Hulk. I'm being mean. I'm going to buy it. So. Oh, all right. X-Men number 12. Look at that. Alpha Flight on the cover. Well, part of Alpha Flight. Some Alpha Flight. Jed McKay is our writer. Penciler is Nitho Diaz. Colorist. No, I don't want colorist. Where's my inkers? Here they are. Sean Parsons and Live say. So, Cyclops' dad suckered him, and the Badoon and the Skrull are trying to get Cyclops for reward. They killed one of those big, I think it's called the Akante, the space whales that are used in, by some different people. They actually murder one in this book, but they're not really alive. They're just sort of an organic spaceship. But yeah, it's a fine X-Men book. It's exactly what you expect. So yeah, good stuff. I'm glad I picked this one out of the 15 other ones that came out at the same time. All right, Power Girl 18. Last we left Power Girl. Oh wait, let's get the people in charge here. Writer Leah Williams, artist David Baldion. The building, the Star Building, is owned by Power Girl. There's a giant force field around it. There are people partying down inside of it. Power Girl's claustrophobic. Good to know. They're still using the art that I don't like, although I do appreciate the story. The story is a little more interesting than the last few issues of Power Girl. So, it's a good book. I wish the cover art would be that. I wonder who did the cover art. Does it say? Yannick Pachet and Arif Prianta. There's also variant covers, but I do not believe that I got a variant cover. But look, there's some shrimp and a kitty on there. Everybody wants shrimp and kitty on their comic book. Nightclub Volume 2, Issue 6, the finale is over. Writers Mark Millar, artist is Juanan. Dude, I'm sorry. Mr. Ramirez is the artist for this. There we go. I just got off of a new shift and I'm not used to being awake at that time. So our three vampires are back. They're back and it took a lot of blood, but they did it. And they have a way of getting rid of the new vampires that are criminals. Terrible, terrible criminals. So they do the thing and then they leave us with a cliffhanger. So Nightclub Volume 3 should be up anytime soon. Hopefully they lower the price. Because that was a shock to the system when it went from one to the other. Okay, Green Lantern. Number 20. We are all in. Let's see who did it. Hold on. Maybe. No? Is it in the back? We get to see the source wall. All right. Writer Jeremy Adams. Artist Jack Herbert. It is called The Life and Death of Erastus the Blacksmith. And it's about how the emotions are out there and Hal's trying to help take care of them. And like I said, they're here, look, there's the source wall. Never seen anybody go on the source wall before. That was kind of cool. They, yeah, it's a good time. Kyle Rayner's in it at the source wall with one of the supers, I think Superboy. I don't know. I don't read those. So, it's a good book. It's Green Lantern. Oh, let's save that for last. I got a little complaints. So, West Coast Avengers 4. I hate this cover because Firestar is an alcoholic, and the other fella, whose name I never remember. I wonder if they'll just tell me. I don't think so. All right, West Coast Avengers. Killerwatt. Ew, that's his name. Gross. She's kissing some guy named Killerwatt. Writer is Jerry Dugan. Artist is Danny Kim. Cover artist, who did a fine job, is Ben Harvey. I don't normally mention, but I really like this cover except for the kissy part. So, yeah, they're giving us why, finally, what is this, issue 4? Why Ultron is a West Coast Avenger. And then they even deal with Firestar and her drinking. The artwork is gorgeous. It's hard to believe that Killer Watt is the voice of reason in this particular issue. Killer Watt. Blech. All right, last one, Metamorpho. All in. Number 3. They all say all in. That's what I'm saying. Al Ewing is our writer. Steve Leiber is our artist. Is it Leiber? Leiber? Leiber. Leiber. You decide. The dialogue is still hilarious. The girl Metamorpho, she got a name, right? What is it? Urania. Man, there should be a pronunciation guide with some of these. She goes to get Jabba because she has to fight Vandal Savage. And Metamorpho's jealous, so he wants to come along. So they're in the Aztec jungles. And apparently they can follow him because Urana put a tracker in somebody's sandwich knowing that the bad guy would steal it. So it was easy to find. I did like this, though, when they had to go in the temple after Jabba. It's a thing. And then each one has a little panel. See? They're part of the Aztec temple. I thought that was kind of neat. Different, anyways. And then there's the thing that bothered me, but let's finish up with this. So, anyways, they fight Vandal Savage. Something goes sideways. And Stag has accidentally animated his giant skyscraper building. So here's the thing. If they're being... what's the word I'm looking for here? If they're being nice, then that's great. If they're picking on her, then we're going to have a problem. Let me see if I can find it, though. Hold on. It's about Sapphire. Because last time, if you remember, she was after him for... he's mad at her because she used his footage of him and her social media. She was not a happy camper. Let's see. Okay. Let's just go back to the front nice and slow. Here we go. All right. Yeah, apologize. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. And more. I know I didn't hallucinate it. It's got to be where Sapphire's at. Anyways, someone makes a crack about her going through her Laurie Anderson phase. Laurie Anderson's my favorite artist. So if it was mean, then we'll fight. If it's not mean, then we won't. I'll have to reread the whole comic book because I thought I could just scan in here. How am I missing the word Laurie Anderson? I don't get it. That's really weird. Alright, well, I'm going to stop looking for it. Just take my word for it that Laurie Anderson is in this thing. So, never fear. Okay, so this is 2 weeks. Let's divvy them up. We'll put the superheroes, which I'm pretty sure are going to win, against. Even though Nightclub says they're superheroes, they're not. They're vampires. I don't want to hear it. Alright, we'll even count Spider-Man. I'm kidding. Of course we'll count Spider-Man. This is my wife's bagged red band Werewolf by Night that she still wants to read, though. I'm not reading it. Let's see. And then the 2 Icky Doom books. Alright, well, out of all of this, I got 2 non-superhero books and 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 kids. Even dozen. Here you go. Hoo-ha. So, I'll put that up there. Alright, so here's the part where we talk about going to read a comic book. A good example was last weekend was Fanfare's anniversary, 40th anniversary. So they had the 25-cent books back. They had 20 extra percent. There was books, graphic novels I got that were in the sale rack, so they were 60% off, and they added a cumulative add of another 20%, 80% off of a book. I was getting big graphic novels for like $5. So you always got to keep an eye on those things around your area if you're not in Kalamazoo. If you are in Kalamazoo, I recommend Fanfare Comics and Cards. You can spend $5 a year and get 20% off all new books when they come out. This is a Wednesday. Now that I have day shift, I'll probably go ahead and go get the comic books today after dinner. So there you go. So yeah, there's plenty of places to find a comic book to read. You can do it. I believe in you. You can find a comic book. Look at all these comic books. It's getting out of hand. It kind of is. There's a lot of them. I've got boxes upon boxes upon boxes. Last count was like 45 short boxes. Don't get the long boxes, kids. Get the short boxes. The long boxes over time bend in the middle when you lift them up. And then the older you get, the heavier that long box gets. Short boxes are heavy enough. Long boxes, at least, it's like not so bad. I mean, short boxes isn't bad. Long boxes. Blech. So that's just my advice to you. And just plain white boxes, those fancy ones. I bought a couple of those because one of them was Captain America. That thing fell apart in no time whatsoever. I was so not happy about that. So, and I hope everybody likes the hat. I normally wear this hat during work time. So I don't normally wear it in the videos. I don't remember wearing it in the videos. If I did, it's been far and few between. So, hat. All right. All right. That's all I got. I'll see you next week. Go read a comic book.